This is the top 5 best class setups in Black Ops 6. These are so easy to use, and I'm going to give you guys the regular version and the gunfighter version. So we're going to start out with the XM4. By the way, these are going to be all the perks I actually use, and then for the perk greed, I usually use Scavenger because it makes the most sense. You can replenish your ammo, but we're starting out with the XM4, and we are going to use the Suppressor or Compensator, depending on what game mode you're playing. If you're playing regular public matches where the SPMM isn't that bad, then probably Suppressor. But if you're playing, say, rank play, then put on the Compensator. Well, you're not even really able to use the XM4 in competitive. It's GA'd. But if you want to use that, then it's your choice. Merlin Mini or Kepler Microflex. It's really your preference. I like the Merlin Mini, but if you want to use the Kepler, completely fine. Next, we're going to use the reinforced barrel. If you don't want to use this, then, I don't think you need to use the long barrel. This isn't Warzone. I would more so use the gain twist barrel, but reinforced barrel is the best option. Next is the vertical foregrip. I think this is the best one overall. If you don't want to use that, use Ranger, but don't use anything else. I think vertical still is the best choice. And then extended mag 1 is really all you need. But if you want to use extended mag 2, you can. I just don't really think it's worth it. I think extended mag 1 is more than enough. Now, if we're going to go into gunfighter, for the rear grip, we're going to put on either quick draw, commando grip, or ergonomic grip. I would say quick draw just because it's an AR. If it was an SMG, I would say ergonomic grip, but whichever one you want, completely up to you. I think in this scenario, we go quick draw grip. So we're going to put on gunfighter. Next for the stock. This one's pretty interesting. I would say either combat, balanced, or light stock. I think I like using light stock the most, but this is my personal preference. I see a lot of people using balanced stock, and there's nothing wrong with that. Light stock's just my personal preference, so that's what I would put on there. And for fire mods, I know it's going to be really tempting to put on rapid fire. Do not put on rapid fire. Either put on recoil springs or NATO overpressured. These are the only two options I would suggest. So I would say recoil springs would be the best option. You put that on there. Test this out. It really doesn't move. It's really easy to use. So even with a silencer, this is a very powerful weapon, and it gets the job done so easily. But if you topped it off with the compensator, this thing is literally just not moving. So it's an absolute beast of a weapon that you can use at literally any range and pop off. So just give it a try, see what you like. But like I said, if you're going with the 5 attachments, it's going to be Merlin Mini, compensator, reinforced barrel, vertical foregrip, or extended mag 1, or the suppressor. The next one we're going to go to is the PP919. This weapon is incredibly broken. This is one of those weapons that I don't really think you need gunfighter for, but some people are going to want gunfighter, so I'll give you guys both versions. We're going to put on the suppressor. This thing is absolutely amazing with suppressor. It's one of those weapons that actually does not need compensator. If you do want to put on compensator, more than welcome to, but I just don't think you need it. We're going to go with reinforced barrel for damage range and bullet velocity. If you don't want this, the only alternative I would recommend is, well, they're both really a good option. I just think this is honestly the best choice. It's one of those situations where I don't think you should prioritize one or the other. I think this really is the best option, especially in Warzone. Like if you were to play Warzone and use this build right here, I think that the reinforced would be the best option. Ergonomic grip. So I mentioned this earlier, the ergonomic grip is what I would use for SMGs. If you don't have this, I would suggest using the quick draw grip. This is the best alternative. It's really nice. It's really easy to use. The ADS is going to be ridiculously fast, but ergonomic grip really gets the job done exceptionally well. Next, I put on no stock, but I see people using balanced stock. Completely fine if you want to use that. I also see people using infiltrator until you guys get these unlocked. So if you don't have these unlocked, infiltrator, and then either balanced or no stock. Finally, I put on the Makarov overpressured. Now, I think this is more so for, Warzone. But if you're in multiplayer, then rapid fire, it's not really going to hurt you. I think it's completely fine to use rapid fire in this instance. But the thing is, when you go to Warzone, you're going to realize that the PP919 with rapid fire actually takes away from damage. So I don't think it's worth it in Warzone. Now, if you're playing Black Ops 6, you can use rapid fire and there won't be really many cons. So completely up to you, whichever one you choose. And then if you're going to actually use gunfighter, which once again, I don't really think you need to, you can either put on extended mag 1 or fast mag 1. Don't go beyond that. It's not really worth it. It's just going to be a hindrance to you, and I don't think it's going to be really beneficial. So I would suggest keeping this. This is the best build right here. I don't really think you should change anything. Also, the secondary pistol, I didn't really go into it before, but this is the best secondary pistol to use. Unless you're like a semi-auto type person, then I think it's, which pistol is it? It's most likely the GS45 or the yeah, GS45. This is the one that hits incredibly hard. This is the one that you want to have on there if you're not going to use the Grekova. Next, we're going to go on the Saug. The Saug is absolutely incredible. The rate of fire is perfect. The range is fantastic. It gets the job done so easily. So we're going to start out with the suppressor or compensator. Both are good options. Now, if you can't handle the recoil, compensator if you can, then suppressor is the one for you. For the barrel, I have long barrel, but that's just because I didn't have the reinforced barrel at the time. So you can use the reinforced barrel, long barrel, or gain twist. If you don't have these, well, if you do have these, fantastic. If you don't have this, then use these until you get this. Next, for the underbarrel, if we're going to go gunfighter, we're going vertical foregrip. Vertical foregrip, fantastic option, gets the job done very easily. Extended mag 1 is still my go-to. I don't think you need extended mag 2. It's just not really worth it in my opinion. Quick draw grip or ergonomic grip. I think ergonomic grip would actually be better. The only reason I chose quick draw grip for the longest time is because I didn't have ergonomic grip. So make sure you guys have that on there. It'll get the job done exceptionally well for you, especially in Warzone, but definitely in multiplayer. Light stock is what I just like using overall. I think that balanced stock is nice, but light stock, it's just, I don't know. It's just my personal preference. You look at the pros and cons. I mean, technically balanced stock does everything light stock does, but technically one more thing. So if you prefer that over the light stock, then throw that on there. And then for the fire mod, don't throw on rapid fire. You can throw on the parabellum overpressured or the recoil springs. If you want recoil springs, then you'll have literally no recoil. You can keep a silencer on. Or if you want the parabellum overpressured, you can keep a compensator on depending on if you're playing Black Ops 6 or Warzone. So I'll put the recoil springs on for this scenario and just show you guys. This thing literally doesn't move. It's actually kind of crazy. Next, we're going to go on to the Jackal PDW. This is technically one of the best SMGs in the game. Like, it's so powerful that it can even be used as an AR. So we're going to start out with the suppressor or compensator, depending on, like I said, if you're playing some sweats, you should probably go with the compensator. But if you're just playing public matches, then suppressor is more than enough. Next, we're going to go with the reinforced barrel. I think this is the best option. Now, if you don't care for this, then you can go with the gain twist barrel. I don't think you need long barrel in regular multiplayer. Warzone's a different story, but if you have reinforced barrel unlocked, make sure you guys are using the reinforced barrel. For the underbarrel, you can put on the vertical foregrip. It'll be a fantastic choice. Extended mag 2. If you're playing Warzone, extended mag 2. If you're playing multiplayer, extended mag 1 is more than enough. Ergonomic grip is fantastic. It really gets the job done. I mean, like I said, it's fantastic for SMGs. I wouldn't choose anything else unless you don't have ergonomic grip unlocked, and you can use a quick draw grip. So that would be the 5 if you didn't have gunfighter. But for stock, I would either go no stock, infiltrator stock, or balanced stock. Honestly, balanced stock looks amazing, so I would honestly go with balanced stock. I don't think you need a laser, honestly. And then the Makarov overpressured rounds. This is absolutely insane. Do not use rapid fire. It's just going to hurt your gun. If you use the Makarov overpressured rounds, these are going to be the benefits. But recoil springs is also pretty nice if you don't think you can handle the recoil. I think the recoil is really manageable, though. So if you go into the firing range, super easy to use this weapon. As you guys see, it doesn't really move that much. It gets the job done at a pretty good distance. So this is the weapon that I would highly recommend to anybody that wants to try it out and pop off. But if you only wanted to use 5 attachments instead, then we're taking that off and we're taking off the balanced stock. And this is what you're going to be left with. It's going to be still a very powerful SMG that gets the job done. So after that, we have the Ames or the Ames. I don't know how to really say it to this day. Can somebody in the comment section let me know how to actually say it? This thing is one of the best weapons in the game. You're going to see this a whole lot in ranked play. So I have to give you guys a pretty solid build. Put on the Kepler Microflex or the Merlin Mini. I think I see a lot of people with the Kepler Microflex, so I think they prefer this. Next, we're going to put on the compensator. Don't go the ported compensator or muzzle brake compensator. Trust me, this is the best option. This is the one you want to have on there. I know that the ported compensator seems better, but it's not. This is a whole lot better. Next, we're going to go with long barrel. Long barrel or gain twist barrel. Now, reinforced barrel it's going to be the best of two, but you're going to either prioritize your damage range or you're going to prioritize the bullet velocity. Trust me, pick one or the other. Don't pick this one. Next, we're going to go with the vertical foregrip. This is the best option. There's really no better alternative. Next, with the extended mag 1. Pretty nice. I mean, there's really nothing else that I can really go into that. Flip mag, I don't really think you need that. Fast mags, I don't think you need that either. Or you can just honestly go without a magazine. It's not really necessary. But if you want to have one, completely cool. That'll be your 5 right there. But if you want gunfighter, quick draw grip is absolutely perfect for this weapon. So we're going to throw that on there real quick. Stock, what you would do is either have the balanced stock, the light stock, one or the other. Since I can't click on this, I'm going to put on light stock, but you can choose between balance stock and light stock. Fire mod, recoil springs, or NATO overpressure are honestly the best choices. You do not need rapid fire for this. I think it's just going to be not beneficial. So if you say, for example, have a long barrel, you can put on NATO overpressure to compensate for the lack of bullet velocity increase. But if you don't care about either, you can just put on recoil springs. It's not really going to move, but we're going to put it overpressure just because. So this thing, it really doesn't move. It's a fantastic weapon. It's a job done so easily. You guys see the recoil is super low. Like, this recoil is absolutely insane. So if you guys want to have a good time on multiplayer and absolutely destroy the enemies, is the one for you.